People oftentimes resort to naming animals weird and unexplainable names when they really want to name something and go with their first thought. And when you take a look at my chickens' names, yeah, some of them aren't really thought up that well. So I figured I'd do my best to explain the origin and definition of every single one of my chickens' names. Strap in, y'all, this will be such a wild ride. She earned this name fairly early on for a very simple reason. She peeped. A whole lot. For those of you that don't know, peeping is a sound that a chicken makes if they're typically under 12 weeks old. This is a dual meaning name. I'm 96.23% sure this comes from a show that my little siblings watched back in mid-2020, which I don't remember the name to, but I think one of the names of the characters they liked the most was Summer. Or they named her after the season, which is probable since her feather tone makes her really hot in the summer. Sounds painful. Yes, I am aware that the name is spelled incorrectly, but I didn't care back then. So here's what the name means. A candle wick is the top inch of a candle that you light with a match or lighter. It's the thing that actually burns all the way down. Do I really need to explain this one? Oh, you want me to? Okay. This is a more appropriate way of saying, what the frick. I doubt you actually knew that. This name was given by my 8-year-old brother, so it's a fairly weird name. But there are two meanings to this chicken name. The word lovey is an affectionate term of address, or what he probably meant to say was lovey in terms of acting, you know, lovey-dovey. This one should explain itself, so no explanation. A loudmouth is someone or something that is incredibly loud or talks a lot of crap. She got the name because she was incredibly loud at around 8 weeks old. A rogue is a worthless or dishonest person. This chicken meets the dishonest definition as she snuck her way into the pet flock without any warning whatsoever. But she wouldn't have been alive if she didn't do so. Oh boy, this is one that I shouldn't have to explain, but I will anyways. A Kit Kat is a chocolate-covered wafer bar confection created by Rowntree's of York, United Kingdom, and is now produced globally by Nestle. Wow, that definitely did need to be explained. He was named after what he looked like when he was first hatched out. He had feather patterns and color tones that made him look like a falcon, which over time made him look less and less like a falcon and more like a rooster who doesn't do his job. Back when chickens were still babies, I coded the chickens based on their feather tone. I called the buffs perfectly cooked chicken tenders, the Easter eggers were crispy chicken tenders, and the barred rocks were called burnt chicken tenders. Sometime between April and May, the saying got confused with a dark brown Easter egger. We just decided to keep the name because it was pretty funny and cute. Named after absolutely nothing. Two completely separate words that have little to no correlation at all, but I guess she is slightly named after the McChicken at McDonald's, but not really. She doesn't even come close to the colors on a McChicken, and in terms of her feathers, she was probably just a filler name that got stuck. Now, this name will take a while to explain, but here you go. I put two variations into Google Translate since I know for a fact that it isn't an English word, and here are the results. If I type the word abro without two B's, I get open in Portuguese. If I type it with two B's, I get something a bit more interesting. Eyewear in Italian. Anyways, don't trust Google Translate. Well, this name has absolutely no meaning whatsoever, other than maybe a stupid chicken, but here's where the name originated. We were given the task of naming one Easter egger in the farm flock with something stupid around 3 months ago. Since she wasn't acting the smartest, after a little while, somebody gave her the name Chicka Chicka. It was never official, and still really isn't, but we act as if it were official, however. Although she's an olive egger, I'm still gonna put her here. Fluffball is typically what you call a baby pet, a dog, or more preferably a cat. Another pretty self-explanatory name that was given her name because, well, she had a pair of feathers on her head that looked like sprinkles. Anyways, somehow I forgot to put this in the script. This is a name given to the gold-laced Wyandotte currently alive. It's unofficial since we don't really have any names for her at the moment, but it's pretty self-explanatory. This is a name that one of my subscribers gave her. This was a name contest I did back in July of this year, and there was multiple candidates, with the winning result being tied at 31% between Vanilla and T-Rexa. Later down the line, once the results were finalized, I made a second poll where the name T-Rexa won by a landslide, winning the votes of 92% of the 13 participants in the poll. Well, try to guess what PITA stands for. You don't really need any hints. If you made it this far, comment the number 743 and also be sure to click the video on screen, which is a list of my 50 favorite videos. Anyways, I'm out. Subscribe.